Charlie Ko in Nassau, Bahamas, at the Paradise Island, at Atlantis with Karen Cruitt, who's the VP here with Atlantis. Thank you. Thank you for your hospitality.
Thank you for your time.
It's really an experience. I haven't had a chance to visit, I don't know how many acres you have here.
So we have 141 acres that comprises the entire resort, including the water features. So yeah, quite a nice little size.
I think most people have seen a photo of Atlantis, right? I mean, it was big news when the iconic towers were built. But let's go back a little bit.
Certainly.
You're telling me that the first two properties for Atlantis was the Coral and Beach Tower in 1994, huh?
Yes, that's correct. The first time that the property opened as Atlantis was around September of 1994.
Owned by who at that time?
At the time, it was under Resorts, I believe, and so it went
Oh, right, Merv Griffin's Resort International.
And there have been other celebrity names tied to the property, but in September of 1994, it opened as Atlantis under Saul Kersner's leadership and vision for this very special place.
And so he purchased it.
Yes.
Did he have the vision already when he purchased it?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Where, now he is, tell me a bit about his background. I believe it's a hotelier in South Africa?
That is exactly correct.
Sun International.
Yes, he started with Sun International. I mean, that's when I believe his name was really became popular, and the accomplishments that he did, the development in South Africa, his successes, his vision. And yes, as we are told, as the story goes, he came to this place, which had such stunning water and beautiful beaches, was this vision, this marine-inspired vision. And it started, yes, with the rebranding.
Gaming, I understand, because they have it there with his properties. And when I first arrived here, I looked around, I said, integrated resort, I wonder if Dubai and what they were doing there, you know, I said, this is like a merge of what he's familiar with, what he's done there with gaming.
Yeah.
You got the Disney World component, you got some, anyways, but what does he say?
Well, you should know that this is the original Atlantis. So after Beach and Coral were opened in '94, December of 1998 is when the iconic Royal Towers was opened.
Which we're looking at right behind you.
Which you're looking at right behind me. Interestingly, I started the week of the opening.
Oh, wow.
So I came in at a very, very exciting time. Essentially, we had just doubled the size of the property. And the opening was, there's still people talking about it. There's film about all the celebrities and all of the excitement about the opening of this expanded Atlantis rising. You know, it was a story of a mythical Atlantis. And it was amazing. It was something that was very special to be a part of. So from that, we developed further into the luxury space with the Reef Atlantis and the Cove Atlantis, which today stands on the western side of the property, and that's our more luxurious product, a little more secluded, but with full access to Atlantis.
And those are ownership, no? Or one of them?
The Reef Atlantis is an ownership project, and the Cove Atlantis is an all-suite product. It's an open floor plan, stunning views from over 95% of the rooms, because it's on an apex where two beaches come together, Cove Beach and Paradise Beach. So all of the rooms are ocean view, and over 90-some% have super ocean views. We call them deluxe ocean views. So from this vision and the success of Atlantis here came Dubai, came Atlantis the Palm. And if you look at the structure, it's fashioned after the Royal Tower here, and obviously had a lot of success for the Kersner International Company there in Atlantis, Dubai. And of course, as you know, there's the one and only brand as well that they have since developed.
The water park the children activities, that's always been part of it, huh?
It's a core piece of the Atlantis experience, yes. Here in the Bahamas, it's called Aquaventure, and we have just an amazing amount of people that come that want to experience such a unique and beautiful facility, but also the marine life. We have over 50,000 marine animals here at Atlantis, and so if you haven't had the opportunity, you should.
That's for tomorrow, for some selfie videos and things.
Exactly, you must.
Yes.
Dig and experience just amazing views into the ruins lagoon, and then we have other sections where there's predator lagoon. You can go underwater. So it's an immersive and it's just a wonderful experience. And obviously, we do a lot of family business, so it's a great product for families. And having said that, we also speak to many other niches.
We're here for a conference exhibition.
Yes, and our space, as you can see, is here.
Yes, and I understand this room was used for the Miami basketball team.
Yes.
As their training.
We also host now on an annual basis Battle for Atlantis, collegiate basketball, and that's been extremely successful. They come in over the Thanksgiving holiday period. So collegiate teams coming in, and very exciting, successful program for us as well.
Is gaming an important part of the revenue scheme?
It certainly is. Okay. Here we have three key revenue streams, if you would, and so as far as business segments, let's say. So yes, casino is extremely important, and the casino, as you can see, is beautiful. We also have the group business, of course, and then the leisure. And that's where I sit, is in the leisure space.
In the leisure space. Most of the customers come from the U.S.
That is correct. The vast majority of our business comes from North America, including Canada. Yes.
And how about Europe? How much have you received from Europe?
Europe is an important market to us. We do have a general sales agent. We have a presence in London as well as in Germany. So it's an important market. It's Europe combined with the UK would be our number 3 international.
Because there's pretty good air service.
The air service, we have one key airline partner with scheduled service out of London Heathrow. So most of our visitors that come to the Bahamas from the UK or Europe come via London Heathrow. And then also we have a lot of customers that do twin centers within the United States. For example, New York, Orlando, Miami. So that's how our European visitors are coming to us.
Back to the Royal Tower and that walkway you see between the towers. Tell me about what that is.
So it's actually a suite. It's called the Bridge Suite, and spectacular space. It's over 5,000 square feet, and it's one of the most opulent suites in the world. What's unique is you have no one below you, no one above you, and it has panoramic views from both sides. So very special, and it's available for anyone that wants to have a really special experience. Most often, though, it's occupied by our casino, high-end casino.
High-end, and retail rack rate is $25,000. Is that what I heard?
You did your homework.
No, the taxi driver knew everything.
Yes.
Entertainment-wise, I was quite surprised of some top names that were here during New Year. So
yes.
Tell me about that. How large is the auditorium?
You might be interested to know. So we have what's known as the Atlantis Live series, and that is the program by which we bring in entertainers. What you're referring to is over New Year's Eve we had Diana Ross. The venue is actually the Grand Ballroom.
Okay.
So what we do is convert it into a concert venue, and it's done beautifully with risers and so forth, and we've had some pretty amazing concerts.
How many will it sit?
I want to say that we can do up to 3,000. I don't necessarily know.
Yes, you have to do a lot of shows to pay for some of these big names.
Well, the key, I think, is the talent, right? So, like,
you have Diana Ross. Who else have you had here?
So this past September, we had Lady Gaga, Tony Bennett, which was really...
Yeah, those two are something else.
That was very special. We also had... oh, I can't think of his name right now. He's on country music. His name escapes me right now.
Okay.
Very popular. In fact, one of the best concerts that...
And how many times will they perform? Like, how many times did Bennett and Lady Gaga?
So it's not like they're here for 5 shows.
No.
We do one event and we choose strategic dates for when we want to have them come in. Coming up in March is Travis Tritt, another country music Grammy Award-winning artist. And so we have a nice, diverse portfolio of past guests.
Speaking of clients and guests, I noticed a lot of Chinese-speaking guests at the casino.
Yes.
Are they from, and it's Mandarin Chinese, so it's not Hong Kong, so it's mainland, are they?
Yes, I believe so. What's interesting is, don't forget there has been here in Nassau a good-sized Chinese population. In addition to that, yes, we do attract guests. In our guest data, though, as far as we can tell, we don't have large numbers coming from mainland China, but there has been quite an interest in Nassau, in particular, Paradise Island, over the past couple of years.
Well,
for the Chinese market.
Bahamas,
yes,
is that development with 2,700 rooms, convention center. That's Chinese money, Chinese construction.
Yes.
So I suppose that brought a few Chinese.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying, right? So we don't have data that really shows a lot that register an address, for example, in mainland China. But we know.
And some of them had kids, I noticed.
We know they're here.
Yeah,
we
they're here.
Them. And yes, they are good patrons for our casino.
Well, lovely story about the Atlantis. Karen Cruitt, thank you very much.
Absolutely, it's a pleasure.